Ask Reddit by my webkins are dead. What's the worst hit 2000 song? I don't think it's possible for me to hate a song worse than I hate my humps. You don't love the lovely lady lumps? Damn, this thread is giving me PTSD. Hey, Soul Sister by Train, why is he singing about his untrimmed chest exclamation point? Train. The answer is always Train. My guilty pleasure will forever be Party in the USA, 2009. Needs to replace the Star Spangled Banner honestly. I especially hate Vinder's Lips of an Angel. It's gross and unapologetically morally bankrupt. It's also just not a good song. That entire era of post-grunge was pretty fucking horrific to live through. Goddamn, was garbage like that inescapable from 2001 to 2010ish. Just the most rudimentary bullshit with the worst vocal layering effects that made every band's voice sound like an army of orcs with soul patches screaming through every radio from your car to Walmart. Hinder takes the cake for the worst of them all, and I can't believe that there was a point in time that a band like that could be signed and handed money to make more dog shit. Lips of an Angel is a song you write when you're 11 and listen back on with embarrassment and shame. The Zeros was one of the best worst decade for pop music. Would love to downvote every comment in this thread. Slanderous comments all. Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Men might win that trophy. It's catchy but also the kind of song you can't escape at every party, game, or wedding. Every time I hear this song mentioned, I remember that Baha Men are still a band. They've been around for 47 years, they have 11 studio albums, and that 24-year-old song is still their biggest of all time. And I only just found out that it's not even their song, they just covered it. No hit song was as bad as the 1-877 Cars for Kids jingle, and it probably received as much airplay as any of them. There's a reason it's the official Bad Place theme song. Soulja Boy's Crank, that is the most inane one I can think of off the top of my head. The funniest thing I found out recently about this one is that it's made entirely from Fruity Loops, music making software, presets. There are people that speedrun making Crank that and they've got it down under like 30 seconds. I can't stop laughing whenever I think about it. Having worked retail in the late 2000s, I can say conclusively it's a tie between Fergie's Big Girls Don't Cry and Natasha Bedingfield's These Words. You're Beautiful by James Blunt. Bad Day Daniel Powter. Fucking James Blunt, yes thank you. I can't stand that song. And the music video is him moping at the camera while he slowly disrobes before jumping off a cliff. So uncomfortable to watch. All Summer Long by Kid Rock belongs on this list. It's awful on its own merits, and manages to ruin two perfectly good songs in the bargain. Don't forget the drum intro to Smells Like Teen Spirit 2. Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston. The lyrics are gross. Cheeky song, Touch My Bum by the Cheeky Girls has to be a contender. Hoobastank, the reason, released in 2003 and was always on the radio. 0/10 would not recommend. I'm Not a Perfect Person. A Sarich by LAS Ketchup. For me it's Beverly Hills by Weezer. Just infuriating, and it was playing when I blew out the candles on my 16th birthday. Lol, I hate it. Did you like it the first time around when they called it the sweater song? With Arms Wide Open by Creed. Or whatever the $$ and amp at its name was, I'm not looking it up. Dude's voice sounds like an angry moose having an argument with a second angrier moose. It's more the pose told you everything you ever needed to know about Scott staph infection. The Whistle song. Blow My Whistle B. Are you referring to the DJ Alligator version or someone else's?
Fever for the Flavor by Hot Action Cop.
It was barely a hit but still charted, and it's just so fucking awful. Imagine the whitest 14-year-old you have ever met finger banged a girl and it went straight to his head, and now he thinks he's a sex god. So he forms a band that tries to be RHCP meets Sugar Ray with a little Limp Bizkit. Listening to it is like listening to McLovin from Superb but attempt an Anthony Kiedis impression. Was looking for someone to mention this song. It's the absolute personification of the most unreasonably contrarian 14-year-old kid in the 2000s who drinks energy drinks and punches holes in his wall. I think I can only enjoy it ironically because it is legitimately so silly and out of pocket, but goddamn the depravity is genuinely unmatched. Bad Day. Just f***ing awful. How You Remind Me by Nickelback. It was the last rock song to hit #1, and it was so bad that rock music never recovered. I'm just gonna say it. The early days of Nickelback weren't that bad. Single Ladies by Beyonce, 2008. Hate that song. Who Let the Dogs Out?